some tomorrow right here today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is NXT. Byron Saxon alongside William Regal. And tonight, William, I understand our general manager, Dusty Rhodes, has an ultra-competitive main event.
A huge main event. Seth Rollins against Drew McIntyre, two of the most highly regarded young men here in the NXT. And they both have something to prove, and one of them must win.
The following tag team match is scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring at a total combined weight of 452 pounds, Derek Bateman and Bo Dallas.
And how about this? Kicking things off this week with tag team action for the first time, to my knowledge. Bo Dallas teaming up with Derek Bateman.
Bo Dallas I like to call him Mr. Fire and Desire. I mean, just incredible fire about him. And look at the way the ladies swoon over him.
And their opponents at a total combined weight of 471 pounds, the team of Johnny Curtis and Michael McGillicuddy.
Now here's a tag team that has such incredible potential. Johnny Curtis, definitely weird. Can't take that away from him. Michael McGillicuddy doesn't even know how good he is yet. I mean, just touching the tip of the iceberg on how great this young man's going to be. As a team, these two could be absolutely unstoppable and probably one of the greatest teams that WWE has ever seen.
Oh, Michael McGillicuddy, of course, rich background, third-generation superstar, son of the legendary Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, just to give you the credentials of this team. And of course, on the flip side, Bo Dallas, another third-generation superstar. So a lot of experience and a lot of strong DNA in this tag team contest.
And Derek Bateman, a very strong man. John Cena told me that at the gym, Derek Bateman is pound for pound the strongest man in the entire WWE. It's hard to believe that, but he's incredibly strong at deadlifting and the powerlifting moves.
Oh, deceiving strength.
Yeah, he has that quality to him that you don't realize how powerful he is, but when you see him in there, he has that great aggression.
Well, Bo Dallas using aggression of his own on Michael McGillicuddy. We saw him cause a little mischief with Tyson Kidd a couple weeks ago.
Something about Bo Dallas, just look at the size of the man's fists. I mean, he's only a young man, but he's got the fists of, like his grandfather, in fact, the great Black Jack Mulligan. You can see he just has something about him. He's just even when I've known him since he was a young boy, and he looked like a man when he was 16, and he could fight like a man when he was 16.
Oh, look at this, Bo Dallas, wow. Known for being emotionally driven, but it cost him right there, going after Johnny Curtis, which opened up the door for Michael McGillicuddy, and now Bo Dallas is in trouble. And not to mention, Johnny Curtis is the legal man in this match.
Yeah, the referee's losing a little bit of control here, but the referee's only got one set of eyes, and it's an incredible tough job to have when you've got four men in the ring.
Curtis and McGillicuddy getting away with one, if you will, but I'm sure they don't mind.
No, I'm going to say there's nothing wrong with that. That's part of being a good tag team. You're always trying to get away with one as far as the referee goes.
McGillicuddy with the cover here. You might call the team of McGillicuddy and Curtis perhaps aggressively weird.
If you want. Well, yes. Michael McGillicuddy's just he's got that incredible knowledge, from a young age being driven into him. So is Bo Dallas, but Michael McGillicuddy, I hate to be redundant with my terms, but he has that spiteful streak. And when you have a spiteful streak, it can take you a long way.
Bo Dallas desperately trying to reach for the tag, but to no avail. Quick tag made to Johnny Curtis.
Look at the teamwork here. That's what, for such a short amount of time together, Johnny Curtis and Michael McGillicuddy have been so good. I mean, just like they've been together for
cover
years.
Here by Curtis.
Like they've been together for years and years. They remind me of the Andersons. People like that just know how to dissect opponents, keep them in their side of the ring, and just, they're going to be a great success. But you can't take a single thing away from Bo Dallas and Derek Bateman.
Well, you got to believe Derek Bateman is getting a little frustrated on that apron, just essentially being helpless only to watch the punishment that Bo Dallas is receiving. Oh. Nice counter by Dallas. This could be the opening. He needs to crawl over and make the tag.
When you have a team that's not a usual tag team like Bo Dallas and Derek Bateman, though, sometimes you do forget to go towards your partner.
There it is.
That wasn't the case there with Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas making the tag to a hungry and ready Derek Bateman. Bateman style, you're never quite sure what to expect, but you know he's going to come at you full speed ahead. Face first flapjacket. Derek Bateman is rolling here. Bateman trying to put away Johnny Curtis. Hook of the leg. McGillicuddy just in the nick of time, able to make the save, and Bo Dallas is there to counter. And once again, you see the double team. You see the double team officials' back is turned. Johnny Curtis uses it to his advantage for the win.
Here are your winners, the team of Michael McGillicuddy and Johnny Curtis.
A great win there for Johnny Curtis and Michael McGillicuddy, a team that everybody in NXT and everybody in the WWE needs to take great notice of because they will be successful.
Well, Johnny Curtis and Michael McGillicuddy, too, and look at that look on Bateman. You got to believe he's perhaps a little frustrated. As we said, first time out here for Bo Dallas and Derek Bateman as a tag team, and see Bo kind of asking him, you know, what happened, man? Well, folks, still to come. You'll like this, William Regal. Some Divas action. Yeah, Sophia goes one-on-one with Natalya.
Lovely, she's a little firecracker, isn't she, that Sophia? Oh, dear me. Oh.
Well, he is one of the most innovative stars we have seen on the NXT landscape, and his opponent was once the chosen one by the WWE chairman. It's Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre tonight. Well, coming up next, we saw these two superstars have a verbal battle, and this week they take that battle into the ring as Antonio Cesaro takes on Alex Riley.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Oksana from Lucerne, Switzerland, weighing in at 110 kilos, Antonio Cesaro.
The ultimate catcher, as I like to call him, Antonio Cesaro. Someone who I've known for a long, long time, who has studied the art of professional wrestling, has gone around the world and honed his skills, on top of being a world-class rugby player as well. So, you know, it makes him just somebody that you cannot mess with.
Well, certainly Antonio Cesaro has made waves on SmackDown, and folks joining us now in the broadcast booth, good old JR, Jim Ross. JR,
guys.
What's your take on Antonio Cesaro?
Well, by listening to Mr. Regal's description, I think Antonio Cesaro is the most interesting man in the world.
I do. I actually do. He is very interesting.
I'm sure he would agree, too.
Well, he's certainly has that interesting relationship with Oksana.
Obviously, there's a lot of, you know, it's well known for its cheese, Switzerland. Antonio, from a young boy, used to carry a calf around, and as the calf got heavier, he got stronger every day. That was how his strength training program.
And his opponent from Washington, D.C., weighing 236 pounds, Alex Riley.
Well, the athletically gifted and highly focused A-Rai enters the NXT arena to a resounding ovation.
Alex Riley is out of good stock. His father, former college athlete, nationally known sportscaster. Alex Riley's mother, as a matter of fact, was a former Miss Virginia in the Miss America pageant. So Alex has got good genes, a graduate of Boston College where he played football and linebacker. 6'3", 235 in that neighborhood. So this should be an outstanding matchup as Oksana looks on. Is Oksana looking at Cesaro or Riley? I couldn't quite tell.
That's a good question.
What Antonio Cesaro's got going for him, obviously, his incredible wrestling ability, but also that rugby training. And you'll see him use some of that in his way that he just manhandles people around the ring. His scrum ability.
Well, I don't think that Cesaro's going to manhandle Alex Riley. Both men are about the same size. Riley is an amazingly gifted athlete. I think what set Riley back was he hung around The Miz too long. That's like getting a rash. You just can't get rid of it.
Well, we know A-Rod, he's been in tough situations before and had to battle tough obstacles, but whoa! With Antonio Cesaro, I mean, he's got to be 110% tuned in.
Alex Riley, the aggressor here in the early going of this contest on NXT. We have seen, look at this, Riley going for a cover, got the cover, couldn't find the 3 count. Cesaro has been tearing it up lately on Friday Night SmackDown with a very impressive winning streak there and it's a great success rate.
I love the way Cesaro, he just uses the ring as a weapon, and it takes real skill and spite of a competitor to do that. And look at this perfectly applied a 3-in-1 here. A move he learned from the great Zoltan Boschek. Look at the way he's got Alex tied up. You see him take the wind away from the competitor, then he applies a move like this and uses it further to his advantage.
Not Zoltan Boschek. Are you sure? You sure it wasn't Wilbur Snyder?
Antonio Cesaro, you can just see the strength. And that's what makes Antonio Cesaro so dangerous. The ability to call upon so many different power maneuvers that really have a devastating impact on your opponent.
I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but you see that scrum ability there? That was the rugby training.
Are you talking about Oksana?
No,
Hey now.
I'm talking about Cesaro, the way that he manhandled a huge Alex Riley into the corner. By that scrum ability that he has. That's what that rugby training does for you.
Well, you know, we heard that, well, there's a cover. Cesaro at I don't remember how many kilos he was, but around 235 pounds. I think that, and again, look at this. Back to the focus of those ribs and that torso again. I think Cesaro is sneakingly strong. I think he's a much stronger man than some fans may perceive.
He has that, what we call functional strength. I mean, he trains throwing sandbags around. Look, here we go, look.
Look at this is gut wrench.
Beautiful side salto there. And this is something about him. He went.
Cover and a near fall.
The greatest exponent of the side salto was a man called Steve Wright, a great English wrestler that lived in Germany many years. He went and found where he lived, asked him to teach him that, and he taught it him just throwing him around on his back garden on the lawn. And that's the kind of a competitor that he is, that he's never stops trying to learn.
He's been eating cheese, cutting cheese. He's been learning how to do suplexes in different countries.
Yes.
This is a renaissance man.
A renaissance man, yes. And he looks like somebody who can beat you up. That's what I like about him more than anything.
And you can judge this book by its cover, but I'm not counting out Alex Riley.
Oh, no, far from
Byron,
it. No.
I tell you, Alex Riley, you know how tough it is in the Big East and Boston College. He's a guy that can play linebacker, can hold his own with anybody.
Alex Riley's a fighter through and through. He was a fighter on the gridiron. He's a fighter inside the ring, and he's got to be able to
look at this.
Now
dig deep.
This is the true form of a 3-in-1. This is the Zoltan Boschek special.
Zoltan Boschek, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
This is just a nasty position. That's what it
Stay
is.
tuned for that address if you want to ride over Zoltan. Nice elevation and the tenacity of Alex Riley to free himself from that extremely painful predicament. Our cameraman loves Oksana.
Can you
We
blame him?
love Oksana, ladies and gentlemen. Check that cameraman's green card. Maybe Lithuanian. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not at all. Look at Riley go.
Riley's got that first step. Great athletes can find their quickness in their first step, and Riley can certainly do that. Oh, nice spine buster. It goes spine to the pine. Alex Riley with the advantage, and I would seize the moment, Alex.
You have to seize the moment when you compete. Look at the way he grabs his ear. Wonderful to see stuff like that. I mean,
it warms the cockles of your heart, doesn't it?
It does, yes. I love a good old villainous move like that.
Uh-oh, watch out.
Well, Oksana perhaps served her biggest purpose as Well, Cesaro made a little chiropractic adjustment, and this is tough.
Gotch-style neutralizer.
Goodness.
Speaking of Carl Gotch style neutralizer and a victory.
Here is your winner, Antonio Cesaro.
I want to tell you, Antonio Cesaro is going to win many, many matches in WWE. He is going to be a multiple-time champion in WWE, as far as I'm concerned. But I still think Alex Riley has something very special.
Well, this match clearly could have gone either way, but Antonio Cesaro, here it is right here. Thanks to the slight distraction from Oksana, Cesaro was able to capitalize and continue his winning ways. Well, the NXT superstar landscape continues to grow weekly, and right now we're going to hear from one of those superstars who plans to make a huge impact.
Riley Pierce here. And as we all know, the NXT roster is full of talent, potential, and a lot of new faces. I'm here with one of those new faces. His name, Cassius Ohno.
Is that right? Is that your opinion? All these fresh faces, all the potential. There's some athletic guys here. Something's missing though. An element of danger. And that's what I bring to the table. The things that I'm capable of in that ring, oh, they pale in comparison to the things that I'm going to achieve. You see, I inflict pain. I'm a dangerous man. If you see me flying out of the ring at you, you better move out of the way. If I've got a hold on you, you better get to the ropes before something snaps. If you see me swinging for you, you better duck before I take your head off. Cassius Ohno is the most dangerous man in sports entertainment. And I'm here in NXT to do what I do best, and that's inflict pain and enjoy it. My name is Cassius. I hurt people.
Hello everybody, welcome back to NXT, and joining me now, Drew McIntyre. Drew, with all due respect, when you first arrived on the scene, you were highly regarded, and now your critics say that your time has passed, and superstars such as Seth Rollins, who you'll be facing tonight in the main event, will carry the torch into the future. How do you respond?
Talking. Everybody just keeps talking. I'm guilty of it. I've been talking, and everybody's talking about Seth Rollins. Talking. Tonight, the talking ends.
Divas match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Natalya.
The young lady that I like to refer to as the ultimate dungeon diva.
I like
Natalya.
I like
It's
the
a good
dungeon
one, that
diva.
isn't it? Yes, but that's what she is. I mean, she was getting dragged around on the mat in the dungeon at the Hart family mansion from being a young girl at 5 or 6 years of age.
Natalya, of course, the daughter of the legendary Jimmy Anvil Neidhart and the niece of the Hall of Famer Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yes.
And her opponent from San Juan, Puerto Rico, Sofia Cortez.
I see you shaking those hips, William Regal.
A little firecracker she is, isn't she? Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh dear me. Why do I always end up with old scrubbers and nothing that looks like that? Just a young lady like that once in my life.
Sophia comes with quite an extensive background in the ring. She actually started competing at the age of 15.
Yes, she has a great MMA background. In Puerto Rico, she has a great MMA background, great striking ability, and great boxing skills as well, believe it or not.
Speaks Spanish fluently as well.
Yes.
Has a great ability to bring attitude to a whole new level. Doesn't want to get on her bad side.
She has that kind of a look about her as well. You know, you would, if you were married to her, you wouldn't want to come home with $5 short in your paycheck to her, would you?
Absolutely
You'd
not.
get a frying pan right on the face. Ooh.
Of course, goes without saying, Natalya's credentials, former Divas champion.
Incredibly strong young lady as well, Natalya.
You know, and you almost think that perhaps Natalya's maybe taking Sophia a little lightly.
I don't think Natalya is in any way, shape, or form taking Sophia lightly. She knows that you can't judge a book by the cover, and obviously you look at somebody like Sophia, you know that she's got skills.
Whoa.
So Natalya's going to be very, very aware of what's going on.
Oh, that could be it right there. Natalya certainly has the edge and experience, stronger, and look at almost a
little slap on the derriere there.
They're trying to embarrass Sophia here.
See all the incredible moves that you always see, the holds and the submissions you see from Natalya.
This is not a good situation for Sophia.
The only thing worse about, being in a submission hold from Natalya is if she actually corners you and starts talking to you. Talk a glass eye to sleep.
Referee breaking the hold because Natalya had a hold of the hair. This extra aggressive Natalya here, it's like she's got some sort of hidden vendetta against Sophia.
Well, she obviously realizes that Sophia's somebody to be contended with, and so she's trying to finish her off quickly. You can imagine the jealousy and the envy that goes on between any competitors here in NXT, but also with the Divas, because there's not as many of them, so there's only so many spots, and there's only can be one real star Diva.
Oh, look at this pinfall attempt by Natalya.
Beautiful. It's just what the kind of...
And Sophia returns the favor. Natalya's shoulders are down. Wow.
Great pinning abilities by both young ladies.
What an upset that would have been. Natalya clearly has her hands full with Sophia, who is bringing the fight. Natalya again, another pinning combination. Natalya now on the outside. Looks like momentum might have carried her out of the ring.
To the 60 different countries around the world that are seeing this new NXT, this is probably the first time that they've seen or heard anything about Sophia. So they're in for a surprise and a great awakening that there is such incredible talent out there in the Diva division.
Yeah, Natalya's had a bit of an awakening. She seems to be in no rush to get back inside the ring.
No, she's trying to get her composure. She realizes that she can't. She can't just.
Natalya, wait.
What was that all about?
The winner of this match, due to a countout, Sophia Cortez.
I've got no idea what's going on there. She looks like she deliberately got herself counted out.
What is Natalya doing? Pete's sake. What is she trying to prove here? Oh, but the match is over. Natalya's now applying the sharpshooter to Sophia. Why? Trying to break her in half for no reason.
We see some strange things here on NXT, but I have no idea why Natalya would want to purposely get herself counted out there.
So you get yourself counted out and then you attack Sophia after the bell? Classless. Folks, Natalya has clearly snapped here on NXT. But still to come in action, the mysterious combination known as the Ascension.
Tonight's match, I did hire myself a little protection. Vintage Legends! Still! Miz has done it! He wins
chapter is going to begin for both of us.
Yes! Yes! I wasn't saying yes to Daniel. I was saying yes to someone else.
Allow me to introduce you to the new general manager of Monday Night Raw, AJ! Finally, The Rock has come back to St. Louis! Oh! Rock bottom!
Now this is not good. Jinder Mahal and Udico, Drew McIntyre, Camacho, Kurt Hawkins, all surrounding Kane. The dark days are back. You want to see your husband fight Brock Lesnar? You got it! It's on! You and Brock at SummerSlam! It's on! Tonight is the night. Bright lights, high crowd, and we even go down. Everybody get loud. Lights flashing when we step in the place, and you can feel the raw excitement from the look on their face. It's like the prize right in front of you. And the go to sleep, you got caught! STF will put down! Big Show again, and the referee has no choice but to call for the disqualification. And here comes The Rock, and Rock goes right after Big Show, and the Bravo Bulls unloading.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first at a total combined weight of 475 pounds, Kenneth Cameron, Conor O'Brien, The Ascension!
Wow. The kind of entrance that just gives you chills.
How do you possibly describe that? I mean, goodness gracious me.
And their opponents at a total combined weight of 535 pounds, the team of Garrett Dillon and Dante Dash.
Two young studs, Garrett Dillon and Dante Dash, who will have their work cut out for them, to say the least.
I mean, can you imagine what's going through these young men's mind that they just witnessed that awe-inspiring entrance of the Ascension? I mean, it surely must mess with it. Certainly mess with my mind power. If I was in the ring, I'd bugger off.
I'd just run away.
Oh, I don't blame you. There's a lot of folks, a lot of experts, a lot of analysts who look at Ascension.
Look at the eyes of them. Look, just goodness gracious.
Possessed demeanor. But there's a lot of eyes on Ascension. There's a lot of talk about what this team is capable of. And how about that? Conor O'Brien almost just walks through Dante Dash and attacks his partner, Garrett Dillon.
Look at Dante's face. I mean, he does not know what to do. He's totally in fear, in awe. I can't explain it.
I can't blame him. There is such a domineering presence here by Ascension that you can't help but just get caught up in the moment.
Just the anger and the aggression and the fearlessness of Ascension. Just it's animalistic, just ferociousness that they have. It's incredible.
So dangerous. I mean, are they evil? I mean, what motivates this team? There's so many questions that surround Ascension and how they operate almost simultaneously.
Both of those double shots to the heart there. You know, precise maneuvers, knowing exactly what they're doing. This is a team that is calculating, is just cruel, absolutely cruel.
Look at this. My gosh, they just feed off each other. This weird energy that drives Conor O'Brien and Kenneth Cameron. Nearly taking the head off of Dante Dash. Wow.
Here are your winners, the Ascension.
I'm not easily impressed, but I'm incredibly impressed by these two gentlemen. They just seem two athletes competing as one. As I said, just absolutely ferocious, cruel individuals.
Take another look at the damage that was done to Dante Dash, courtesy of Ascension. Conor O'Brien with the hold, and then the double knockout blow, if you will. My goodness. Ascension arrived, dominated, and left a residual impact. Folks, big main event coming up. Seth Rollins goes one-on-one with Drew McIntyre.
It's hard enough growing up and trying to figure out the world in general, and to have people sort of attack you, it's not fair.
Believe it or not, we've all been through it.
I was bullied my entire life. I was always made fun of because I was small, short, and fat. The color of my hair, the music I listened to.
The way I dressed, the way I looked.
And I was dangerously uncoordinated in sports, so that didn't help.
I was called everything in the book. I mean, the ones that hurt the most that you can't really say, you know? People called me Dumbo.
They called me a boy.
It was really tough.
There are people who can help you, people you can trust.
Just believe in yourself, even when it's difficult.
Please don't change who you are. Please be proud of who you are.
Don't be a bully.
Be a star.
Show tolerance and respect.
My training style is unique. I don't see my opponent as a challenge. I see him as a victim. So when I train, I don't train for a fight. I train to beat you down. Life to me is about getting paid. Time is money, and I don't get paid by the hour. The world you know is about to change.
I'm a soldier, yeah, I told ya. I'm on the mission, I'm switching, I'm all over. I'm a soldier, yeah, I told ya. I'm on the mission, I'm switching. Listen, I'm trouble, yeah, I can't keep still.
Wow, Big E Langston right here next week.
This next match is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Davenport, Iowa, weighing 209 pounds, Seth Rollins.
Welcome back to NXT, ladies and gentlemen. This is our main event. Good old JR, Jim Ross, joining us in the booth.
Good to see you guys. Great to be back this week. And I'll tell you what, this young man from Iowa, he's an individual, very individualistic. He is a heavy metal enthusiast. Mr. Regal, he is a striker, is Seth Rollins. Aggressive, he's amplified, and I know from talking to WWE officials, they have great expectations for this man.
And rightly so, yes. He's certainly on everybody's radar.
Seth Rollins has a huge upside, but this is a match, as you said earlier in the program, that both Rollins and his adversary tonight in this main event must win.
Must win, yes. It cannot afford to lose. I mean, it's going to be a dreadful shame for whoever it does.
His opponent from Ayr, Scotland, weighing 254 pounds, Drew McIntyre.
You know, gentlemen, McIntyre once was anointed as the chosen one in WWE. He has unlimited potential, does this young Scot. Size, strength, and many people feel that his time is soon to come, that he will be a WWE champion.
I have no doubt about it. Drew McIntyre, as you said, has everything possibly going for him. He's a young man who's been training since he was 14, done everything he could possibly do, had a few setbacks in his life, but I think it's made him a better person. And now we're going to see the best of him in the next few months and over the next few years. This is a man that's going to be a superstar for years to come.
McIntyre, Byron, has the advantage in this matchup. More experience within the sphere of NXT.
And you would expect that because of the experience advantage that Drew McIntyre has, his confidence level has to be at an all-time high.
Well, again, we talk about must-wins in these main events and all matches on NXT. For Drew McIntyre, it is especially underscored, and for Seth Rollins, who has been on an amazing roll in NXT and in the land of NXT. Rollins wants to maintain his winning streak, and quite frankly, McIntyre must win.
Oh.
So we'll see if McIntyre can impose his will. Big and strong. Seemingly has every skill and every asset that one would need to be a major WWE superstar. Speaking of the Scot.
As I said before, Drew McIntyre had a few life setbacks, and that's just been things that are like scars, and sometimes life scars add to that ability that you need in life. You know, it just a few problems in his personal life, and I think it's made him a better person. And he knows that as well. We've had good chats about it. And he knows that sometimes, you know, I've gone through myself, Jim, we've all gone through them. And it makes you a stronger person in life.
I've gone through a midlife crisis, but I've survived it just fine, Byron, don't you think?
I think you're doing very well.
Thank you very much. Well, if it doesn't kill you, it'll just make you stronger.
Exactly.
Beautiful drop kick by Seth Rollins, and Rollins again goes back to the air. So Rollins is going to try to out-quick and outspeed his bigger adversary, Drew McIntyre. Look at the agility. I'm very impressed with the agility of Rollins, who is a great striker, can kick with either foot with equal effectiveness. And I find that somewhat ironic because Rollins is from Iowa, and the state of Iowa in the United States is known for its amateur wrestling.
Watch out.
Rollins taking a massive chance.
Both men are down. We have to take a break, but this main event match continues. Welcome back to NXT. Drew McIntyre in full control over Seth Rollins, in part because of this. Look what took place during the break. McIntyre catapulting face first Seth Rollins' body into the ring, and now Rollins desperately trying to recover.
Drew McIntyre knows exactly what he's doing at all times. He's just got that extra something special. That's why he was the chosen one by Mr. McMahon originally. He's just got something about him that look at this.
A tilt-a-whirl into a gut buster, and now McIntyre looking for the cover, finds it, and Rollins shows his toughness, his durability and resiliency to kick out.
Everything that Drew McIntyre has done has been going into that rib section and to taking away the breath and the breathing ability, constricting the lungs, causing inflammation in the lungs, and that makes your opponent weak very quickly.
This shows you where the experience level comes in the hand. I mean, Drew McIntyre was able to weather the storm, and now he's just teeing away on Seth Rollins.
And Rollins has got to be resilient, maintain his resiliency. I know Rollins is one of the toughest young men that we've ever seen in NXT. It's being tested now. Another cover. The hook of the far leg, and again, McIntyre, somewhat frustrated, did get a near fall.
Seth Rollins is one of those young men that has put his time in as well, traveled around the world before he ever got a chance here in the WWE and NXT. And it shows. It shows with the actual skill level that he has.
And look at the torque and the pressure on the torso
Back
of
to
Seth Rollins.
Exactly as we said before. Back to that, taking that wind ability away from him.
Well, the point you were making about McIntyre's just got to stay focused. He's got to keep his mind on his business inside the ring.
Yes.
And not let distractions outside the ring put him on the crazy train.
Exactly. But sometimes you can't help that in life.
Well, you get off the train. And he's not making excuses. He's winning matches.
Yes.
But this is an important match for both these men.
And they have to win it.
But one of them is not going to win.
One of them's not, and it's going to be a shame.
And they both have to win. So there you go, folks. You can do the math.
Yes.
Well, Matt being done right now just took out both Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. Now the question is, which one of these guys can persevere to get back on their feet first?
But you would think that Drew McIntyre has the upper hand here because he hasn't had so much of the constriction going on in his rib area. Exactly.
That's 6'5", nipping up, and then
well,
Rollins as well. And Rollins with the enziguri taking down Drew McIntyre one more time. Rollins, that was a amazing counter with that head kick. And Rollins is building momentum, Byron. There's the speed we talked about. Speed and quickness coming into play.
That look we saw on Seth Rollins' face tells you all you need to know about where his mind is at and what he intends to do to Drew McIntyre.
Rollins has been the underdog. He was the underdog going in. As far as experience in NXT, McIntyre, the chosen one. And look at that. The turnbuckle, the middle turnbuckle, became a tag team partner for Seth Rollins. That was some high impact. And Rollins, if he could just capitalize right here, couldn't get up and make the cover, and that may come back to haunt him before this one's all said and done. McIntyre was motionless for a while and buried the kick right to the abdomen, didn't McIntyre. Oh, Rollins' foot's on the outside. Referee's going to call for the break. Didn't get it.
Oh, wow. How close was that?
Nice near fall. Rollins with a cradle and a hard shot. We talked about Seth Rollins' kicking ability, his striking ability. He just hit the button, and will it be? No, not this time. As Drew McIntyre's left shoulder shot off the canvas like he was lying on hot coals.
You got to believe right now Seth Rollins can just taste it. He can taste how close victory is, how close he is to having his hands raised in this match.
I could say that Rollins just kicked the barbecue sauce out of McIntyre, but I will not.
Okay then.
And look at this corkscrew, the moonsault that
wow!
McIntyre moved. Rollins landed on his feet amazingly, and then McIntyre able to conjure up a kick to the face.
Now McIntyre's trying to finish his opponent off because he knows he has to.
Good grief. What impact. Almost an impaler DDT, near leg hooked, and McIntyre prevails.
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre, the victor here. But there's nothing taken away from the ability of Seth Rollins. Anybody who's witnessed this has seen we've seen two true warriors of the canvas wars here. We were talking about before, Jim Ross,
Somebody had to win, and it was going to be a shame for somebody who lost. But I don't think that did any harm at all to Seth Rollins.
Here could be the turning point in the match. I think it was. Watch this kick. Boom! That was a difference maker. That took Rollins out of the ball game. And then that double arm DDT planted Seth Rollins. Rollins battled, he fought, but tonight was Drew McIntyre's night.
Big night for Drew McIntyre tonight, but next week our interim general manager Dusty Rhodes has promised a huge announcement. So long from the NXT arena.